webinar today is the simple strategy digital marketer Frank Kern and others use to boost conversions. And I'm going to have Corey here personally show you some cool behind the scenes work that he's done for these clients and many, many others. Corey, I don't know if any of you are in the Infusionsoft open user group, but there's been this really long thread that is really good. And it was a really simple question someone just posted there, like, who is probably the smartest or like best Infusionsoft implementer or strategist that you guys know? And there are a lot of cool names that got on there, a lot of them from our campaigns to Titans and everything. But if I could only pick one person, and this is probably bad for me to admit, but it would probably be Corey. So I mentioned that on there too. Corey is one that you might not have heard of. He's kind of the ninja behind the scenes for a lot of the big marketers out there. But the reason why you probably haven't heard of him is because he's super busy working for these really popular guys that are the face of these things. So it's really cool to have a chance to bring him on to a webinar. He can answer your questions at the end if you've had any kind of Infusionsoft or even just marketing questions. He's a really smart guy. I just wanted to get you a little bit of a background on him before we go ahead and toss it over to Corey Thomas. So go ahead, take it from here.
Awesome. Thank you, Bryce. That's quite the introduction. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. Been around the Plus This team since the beginning. So it's always fun to do things officially, not behind the curtain, so to speak, in terms of your team and everything over there. So they're great company, great employees, and it's been awesome to see how far you guys have come. And Bryce, you do an awesome job, and I know all the customers here really see that and love it. So I just want to say thanks for having me.
Yeah,
all right, can everybody hear me okay? I was kind of sitting far back. I'll try to scoot up. Got kind of quiet. Is that any better? Okay.
Yeah, I think you sound good on my end. Let me know, chat, if you're hearing them better now too. Better. Yep. Okay.
Perfect. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump in. So as Bryce said, I'm kind of more of the behind the scenes guy for a lot of people that you do know. So most of you probably don't know who I am, and that's okay by me. So I also don't do a whole lot of webinars and stuff as well, because typically I'm not the one that's doing them. I build everything else and everything behind the scenes. So bear with me. I've also been getting over some illness. Just was supposed to be in Phoenix this week and actually had to cancel that trip because I've been sick. So I was planning on doing this next to Bryce in person at their office, but I'm in Ohio. So if you hear a cough and I'm not able to get to the mute button in time, I apologize ahead of time. So, all right, let's jump in. So as Bryce said, we're just talking about a really simple strategy that some folks like digital marketer Frank Kern, EntreLeadership have been using, Infusionsoft, and others have been using to boost their conversions. And so what we're going to look at is first how we kind of got to this point. So a little bit about me. Bryce kind of touched on it a little bit. Most of you probably don't know who I am, but I was actually the original partner expert at Infusionsoft. So I worked with Clayton Mask and Scott Martineau and on the partner team. And so I traveled around and essentially did Infusionsoft Ninja for all of their top partners. So that's how I started getting in with, Frank Kern and GKIC and all those guys. So I did that for a long time and was with Infusionsoft during a lot of that kind of early growth period. So that was a great time. I left there to actually help found 6th Division. Was a founding member over there with Brad and Dave. And so that was super awesome. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with 6th Division, but they do awesome Infusionsoft consulting. So those guys are awesome, and that was a lot of fun. So currently I've kind of moved on to my own stuff, which is PicSnippets, which you'll hear a lot about today. And also Committed Entrepreneur, which we really aren't going to talk about today, but that's more for the entrepreneurs who are looking to kind of organize their life and their work and get more from everything and stop feeling guilty about what they're not doing. So more of that stuff we can talk about some other time, but that's what that is. So who I've worked with. So like I said, you probably don't know me, but you probably know most of my clients. Just to name a few: Frank Kern, Michael Gerber, digital marketer, GKIC, Dan Sullivan, Tony Robbins, Zig Ziglar, Zappos, Dave Ramsey, EntreLeadership, Dan Merrill from Flip This House, Danny Morrell, Tanner Larson, Sam Evans, Andy Jenkins, Vern Harnish. Like, yeah, I could go on. You don't know me, but you know these guys, so hopefully that will just kind of give you a little bit of a taste. So when I say that this is a conversion hack, I mean it. So we're going to look at 2 conversion secrets today that these guys do really well. And so the first one is called autonomous personalization. And then we also have subverted expectation. So let's jump into subverted expectation first, actually. So some of you are probably familiar with this phrase of subverted expectation. But the idea is that we want to create a pleasant moment that goes against what your user customer actually expected to happen. Typically this phrase is used in things like comedy, right? Where something's funny because you thought that the train was going to hit the mountain, and then all of a sudden the train just goes over top of the mountain like a cartoon, right? That's funny because that's not at all what you were expecting. So we try to actually do the same thing in business, especially in marketing, which is let's create some subverted expectation, and not in a way that it's they're going to feel tricked, but in a way that they're going to feel delighted or feel like it was a really pleasant experience. So the first really good example of this is what Frank Kern did to actually reactivate his cold dead list. So we talk about delighting our customers, but it's actually really difficult to do it when they just get what they expect, right? Like how many of us have, seen Infusionsoft or, Zappos or, Gary V and all these people talk about, hey, you need to like make your customers happy and, we want delighted customers. And like, we've all heard that probably a million times. And yet,
Yeah.
like, I don't think most people probably don't feel like they're doing that. Like they feel like they're trying, but they don't feel like people are like their customers like, oh my gosh, like I'm just so happy and delighted.
No, totally.
It doesn't really feel that way. And part of that is because like we just play to what their expectation is. So they expect to go sign up, they expect for an end result, and they get end result, and we expect them to be happy. And it's not that they're unhappy, they got what they expected, and so they're just fine, right? And so they're content, right? But they're not delighted. So now I'm going to pull up a picture, and I would actually like some feedback here. How many of you have seen this picture before? Here we go. How many of you have seen this picture of Frank Kern?
Here we go. Yeah. So Neil says yes. Brian says yes. Laura says me.
2 times in my inbox. So far, we've had 1 nope or 2 no's and about 15 yeses.
Yeah.
Yeah, overwhelmingly, the majority of you have seen this picture. So this is actually one of the reasons that just about all of you have seen this is because this was really the first time that a PicSnippet was used. So Frank Kern was actually my first alpha user, and this was the picture that we launched. So he was tentative, but he thought it was really cool. So we agreed to try it out, and so we went to his what he called his cold list or dead list, and it was people that were basically kind of on life support on his list that weren't really involved and engaged anymore. So I emailed him a few more times, and that was going to be it, and just let him go. So we did this push. We're like, hey, I want to offer them the marketing blueprint, which he had already offered them, many times. But we did this with this PicSnippet, right? And obviously the catch here is that the name was individualized. So every recipient saw this image, but had their name in the image. And this is the first time really that anybody had done this on a larger scale marketing push. And I don't know if any of you were around, Facebook and kind of the blogosphere when that happened, but it blew up. Everybody, we were at 6th Division, and people were calling us like, hey, have you seen Frank Kern, what he's doing? How is he doing that? Like, can we do that? And we were getting calls from all these other big partners and clients like, hey, I got this email from Frank Kern today and it had this thing, right? And it was like totally subverted expectation. Everybody like is used to opening up an email and like you see the exact same thing, right? In terms of like the pattern that you see is the same. I'm used to seeing, probably a greeting to me, which is, has my name, but not, it's kind of old hat. And, a block of text, maybe just a normal picture or a button or something. And then Frank does this, and all of a sudden everybody's like, whoa, like this is a new way to market. And it was like, did he send this to me? Like, surely not, right? This has got to be automated, but how did he do that? And so this list, his ice cold list, outperformed his warm list when doing this because of that subverted expectation. It totally re-engaged everybody. Everybody started kind of perking back up because they were kind of had this pleasant surprise. And again, this worked because it wasn't the same old email they were used to receiving. And you'll notice Frank, Mel said, I've seen this 32 times in my inbox, right? Pointing to the fact that Frank still uses this image a lot. And the reason is Frank's not stupid because it works, right? And it subverts most people's expectation and it engages with them in a new way. So, and they actually thought maybe he did this just for them, right? And most of, he probably didn't. It was automated. But just by, if you can even kind of get in that thought where it felt like, hey, he did something for me, then like you've won. Even if they know, well, it probably was automated or he probably had somebody else do it or something to that effect, it doesn't matter. You've kind of won that headspace. So, Bryce, you actually want to jump into here? This is kind of showing his actual campaign.
Yeah, so some of you were on our last webinar, but I know a lot of you also weren't. And this kind of puts some context behind that email or that image that Corey just showed you. And this is the blueprint for what Frank was doing with this whole PicSnippet that he was using. So he had this engagement sequence on the left. And the goal of that engagement sequence was to get people to click on a link to go watch a video on that web page there. And the way that, and it's like Corey said, this is a cold list. So this is people that were not normally clicking on links or opening emails, things like that, right, Corey?
Yep.
So the fact that he's got a brand new video, and this isn't like a quick, hey, go watch my 30-second video. This is a 90-minute video. So it was pretty long. And he was trying to get people to go click over there. So what he did was he made this campaign. This is that 4-day cash machine campaign that some of you have heard of, to go ahead and drive people to a video, which in turn showed some really cool marketing stuff he was doing, including this PicSnippets stuff. And then the drive for that countdown sequence was to get people who were interested in doing this kind of strategy or these kind of tactics in their own business to go ahead and sign up for like a coaching session with him, or for the program where he would give them the rest of the videos that show how to implement this stuff exactly for yourself. So that was kind of the gist of this campaign. We can go to the next slide. I'll show you a little bit of how that played out, and how it ties to this PicSnippet thing that he's doing too. So here, Frank had like a page for people to go ahead and sign up to watch that video, right? Then we can go to the next page. And they would then, from there, they were filling out this form to get some more information, segment them, and then go ahead and to the next one. And then this is the subverted expectation stuff too, which is interesting. Everyone that got this email, and you can see the bottom part of it above on this screenshot, and we'll show you in more detail here. But everyone who got this email using plus this, he was able to give them a different expiration date based on when they signed up to watch this video. So if people were signing up to watch this video, usually it's probably like February 17th in this situation, they would get an expiration 2 days later, February 19th, or maybe it was even a day, but it was pretty short. And the whole point of this was to go, wow, okay, how is he, first of all, sending me this image like 2 minutes after I signed up for this thing, that tells me to go watch this video, and it has my name on the whiteboard. And then he also is making it so that that whole video is only available to me for a couple more days. Is this for everyone? Like, how's he doing this? So he's using some PicSnippets and plus this magic here. All right, you can go ahead to the next slide. And then, yeah, when you came to the video, is a pretty standard looking landing page, really simple. You just had his video up there, and then if we go to the next page, they would, at a certain point, they would get the offer basically, and it would show up in the white space down there. And then we can keep going from here. And then after someone came and watched this video, he was doing some other things that subverted expectations, right? He was tracking how much of the video each individual contact was watching. So if you watch the entire video, your email mention that you watched that entire video. And he did different things based on that. If you went and watched his video for only a couple minutes and left and didn't finish it, you get an email saying, hey, you only watched it for a couple minutes. Maybe you should go back. There's some really cool stuff I teach in the last part of it. And he'd be specific to it. So all these people were going through this campaign, the launch of PicSnippets, first time they've ever seen that. Then they go into a video, and it's like the first time they're like ever getting emails that are responded back to them based on like how long they watched this thing, and it's just blowing people's minds. How is he doing this? And that was kind of what he was selling there. It's like, if you want to learn how, you got to go pay this $1,000 for my program, and I'll teach you. But he was really just using these two simple tools, plus this and PicSnippets. All right, go ahead to the next slide. And yeah, so then what you would see here, the last part of it was the urgency and the expiration was all genuine. So if you try to click on those links to watch the video after the 2 days that were up, that February 19th or whatever he put for your date, the link would go to the content has been taken offline if you waited too long. And if you went when it was available, you'd go to the page instead. So really, really cool stuff he was able to put together. And you can go to the next slide here really quickly. So yeah, so then we're kind of skipping around from, this is all inside of Campaigns with the Titans if you are curious. But we've basically showed people how he was doing this and everything. But you can see there's the PicSnippet that I wanted to review again. You can see how it kind of linked to everything. So from this one PicSnippet, he was sending people to a video. And if they weren't taking advantage of that video, they were going to content has been taken offline page, expiration basically. So really smart marketing and some really cool tools that he's using to do this. And I think you can go to the next slide, but it might be then my section.
Yeah. So that's I'll tee up that next one because that's the end.
So
yeah, Frank.
Oh, the one last thing I want to say really quick. The reason why I'm bringing this up is we're going to, if this is something you guys want to be able to do or do these kind of subverted expectation tactics, we have created this campaign and we will build it inside of your guys' campaigns at the end. If you stick around till the end, you'll see how you can get that basically. So I wanted to hit on this for a second, just so you have some context when you get to the end.
Yeah, it's crazy how much easier it is now.
Yeah.
Like having helped Frank build this stuff before, and like, we've obviously worked pretty closely with, you guys, the Plus This team on features and stuff in the past too, where it's like, hey, if I could just do this one thing, and then it really opens up opportunities and the feature set and Plus This and the technology of the platforms, and it's crazy how much easier this is now. And now you guys have got it onto a template, which is super cool. Okay, so that's that first point we talked about, which was the subverting expectation. And then the second point is what we called autonomous personalization. So, and that's all about creating a personal connection between your business and your customer, but it doesn't rely on any person or individual, right? So again, it's about having what feels like a personal relationship. Most of you probably, do, a lot of you guys follow Gary Vee. Gary Vee's pretty popular, pretty cool dude. So Gary Vee, most of you probably feel like, yeah, I love that guy, right? And I've got this like connection with him, but like most of you probably haven't met Gary Vee or, gotten a signed book. Some of you I'm sure have, but like, right, the majority of people that feel that connection with Gary Vee don't actually have a connection with Gary Vee, right? Or, Elon Musk or, whoever. It's, these personal connections can be created without there being personal interaction. So that's what I mean by autonomous personalization. So let's look at how we can do that. So it's about making the customer experience feel unique, and especially at key moments. So there's this thing that is I'm going to talk about here called the 5 seconds of fun, and learn how to create your 5 seconds of fun. So do we have any video game fans here? I'm gonna guess probably not. I'm a big gamer. Just kind of grew up playing video games. Any other gamers on here? So this 5 seconds of fun is a phrase that was used a lot during the development of the first Halo video game. So back in 2001, when Halo came out, and it was this huge blockbuster. It sold unbelievably well. People, it was kind of a surprise hit. And then Halo 2 came out and was the largest entertainment opening in entertainment history at the time. So it was just this huge franchise. But what's interesting is when they were building the first one, there's a developer named Jimmy Grismeyer who worked there, and they talked about how they played the game a lot while they were building it, and they had what they called their 5 seconds of fun. There would be this interaction in the game that was just this 5 seconds of just frantic, chaotic, awesome fun. And so instead of creating a game and hoping for the fun, what they did is they found the fun and then they made a game around it. Right. So they took that 5 seconds of fun and said, how can we progress the person through this game while constantly helping them find those 5 seconds of fun that really make this feel alive, and like they want to keep moving forward and still having these really fun interactions. And really, it's the same for your marketing in your business. And a lot of times, what happens is, to keep the analogy going, you're thinking, how do I make a game that people want to buy, that people will consume and play through? And so we kind of architect it out, right? They should go through the tutorial, then they go to the first stage, and it should get progressively, more challenging. And there's some basics. Yeah, that's all well and fun, but where is that 5 seconds of fun, right? You don't play the game to go through the game, right? People don't go through your marketing funnel to go through the marketing funnel. They do it for a reason. They're looking for that 5 seconds of fun, or that 5 seconds of success, or achievement. And so really what we're trying to do with that autonomous personalization is help them find that 5 seconds of fun in the business. And that's why, especially at those key moments at top, and key moments are things like, when they first get introduced to your brand, when they first, spend money with you, right? When they, maybe become a client or something, right? They take that kind of larger investment in whether, time or revenue. Right. And so instead of it just being like, hey, how do we ascend the person? How do we move them through the game? Let's, think about, well, how do we do this 5 seconds of fun and really wrap the journey around the 5 seconds of fun instead of just having the journey be the journey. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, I love it.
And I mean, and Halo is still, to this day is, an extremely popular franchise. And a lot of other developers have kind of picked up that baton, right? Of that, hey, what's that 5 seconds of fun?
Yeah, and
go ahead.
Oh yeah, and I love the points you make about key moments, because you're totally right. Like, there's key moments in a customer's life cycle that you have their attention. There's just so much
Mhm.
distraction out there that it's so important to capitalize on those few seconds that you even get of their time, to really impress them or stand out or do something that kind of makes you unique or special.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's interesting too is also kind of looking for some of those moments aren't what you would expect. Are any of you guys in kind of an e-commerce space, or do any of you guys ship products? If you do, just go ahead and put yes or.
Yep, Phillips does, Scott does, Ian says all the time, Neil says yes, Kelly says yes.
So basically, this was a surprise, and it's not really when you think about it, but nobody really talks about it. So I've worked with a lot of e-commerce people, and friends with Tanner Larson at Build Grow Scale. And when you look at the numbers, the number one, the most opened email is the shipping confirmation email.
I love this.
It's like 70 to 80% open rates. Like, it's nuts, because everybody wants to go in there, right? It's like, hey, I bought this thing. That was my 5 seconds of fun. This continues it. And you know what the majority of shipping notification emails are? Hey, so-and-so, your package has shipped.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's it. Like, maybe the tracking number, and literally, because people just kind of gloss over it, right? Because they're so focused on other stuff. But really, for that customer, that's like their 5 seconds of fun. Why else are they having an 80% open rate? Because that's where that 5 seconds of fun is. And so
that's a perfect example. I love it.
With Tanner, we've done a lot there to we've used PicSnippets, we've done, other things and videos, and we take that opportunity because we know they're going to be reading it. We take the opportunity to kind of continue that 5 seconds of fun, maybe surprise them with something else. Like, hey, just so you know, I packed something else in the box that you didn't order, but I just wanted to say thanks and like welcome, welcome to the family. Taking advantage of that and understanding, again, not, we get so busy thinking about what we're trying to get them to do, we don't think about like what they're actually wanting out of it. So that 5 seconds of fun is really key when you're thinking about how do I actually personalize and even automate, right, my personalization in a way that's actually going to be impactful and not just I'm doing it because I think I can and maybe people will like it.
Yeah.
So going to some examples. So these are a bunch of different pick snippets that people have done. So again, you can see the Frank Kern here and a bunch of, welcoming people to the family, following up with people based on attendance, live events and, promoting community involvement or even coupons and stuff like that. There's a lot of ways, there's that cough catching up to me. There are a lot of ways to really help people, right? Have that 5 seconds of fun all over. But you got to kind of make it fun, right? You got to really engage with them in a way that's going to actually feel like they're progressing. I think if people thought of their funnel or business like a video game, right? And somebody picks up the controller, which is essentially what they do, right? They pick up their phone or the mouse and keyboard, or that's them picking up the controller and they're playing your game for a minute. Like, is there going to be a 5 seconds of fun to make them want to keep playing, or are they just going to, oh, this doesn't do exactly what I want, or like, yeah, I know what to do, but I don't care to do it. It doesn't mean anything to me, so I just put it down. So focus on those. Look at what your, historically have been your highest open rates. Look at where, your satisfaction is the highest. And not just there, but, start there. And then you can start to kind of build out with other ways to kind of bridge the gap between those peaks, right? Because if it's just, peaks and valleys, let's see if we can raise the level everywhere and then, make the peaks even better. So some examples of this, so there's kind of a bunch of them on here, but more specifically, a digital marketer. So most of you are probably familiar with Digital Marketer. They're a pretty awesome company. So they have their certifications that they do, right? Content marketing specialist and paid traffic specialist and all this kind of stuff. And they're really good at teaching people how to be good digital marketers. So they have their certifications that you can go through. And so they wanted to add in like a certificate of completion, right? Like, hey, if the part of that 5 seconds of fun is when you complete a module or you complete a specialty, like that's cool, right? You feel like, sweet, I went through the content marketing specialist and like I did it all and I went through it, and like there's that feeling of accomplishment, right? So instead of just letting them just have that feeling of accomplishment, we try to make that even more enjoyable. 5 seconds of fun. How do we personalize that to make it feel even more unique and special for them, right? And so the answer here was by doing actual certifications. Like, let's send them a certification. And so this is just a pick snippet, right, where it's kind of the template, and then we merge in the date using plus this and their name on the certificate, and like people love it. I mean, like there's that feeling of accomplishment, and now you actually have something to show. Right? People we print it out, and like digital marketer will actually mail you a certificate, but this is kind of that instant gratification of like, boom, you've done it. We're gonna like acknowledge it and congratulate you, and now you can print this out, hanging at your desk until the more official one arrives. But it's a great way to keep that 5 seconds of fun centered around accomplishments that they've done. EntreLeadership, this is 6th Division does this. I think maybe you guys at Plus this are doing this. Infusionsoft, EntreLeadership, but welcoming somebody when they become a client or a member, like just taking this the time to say, hey, like welcome to the family. So the first time that anybody did this, to my knowledge, was us at 6th Division. So we did this years ago. And so what we did is we had our elite membership at the time. It's kind of the high level membership. And we did a pick snippet of all of us similar to this, right? Standing around, Brad wearing his hat with a picture that said, welcome, first name. And so 2 days after they signed up, we had it come from the sales rep that said, welcome to the family. And then it had that picture with their name in it. We had probably, I think it was like a 30% open rate on that email. And then once we put in the pick snippet welcoming them as a new member, we started getting like a 70% reply rate. not open rate, reply rate to the email.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And we weren't asking them to reply either. It wasn't like, hey, let me know if you got this. It was just like, hey, we just want to say welcome to family. Here's this picture. We're so excited to have you on board. And it came from the sales rep. And like almost everybody replied, oh my gosh, this is great. I'm so excited. Can't wait to work with you guys. Right. That continues that 5 seconds of fun for them in a really impactful way. And that has lasting value in terms of how they feel about you as a solution provider, right? And somebody that can actually care and help them get done what they need to get done. We talked about the shipping confirmation. So at Build, Grow, Scale with Tanner Larson. So we started doing this. So this is actually a blank. This is their normal packaging, but then the template for the shipping was blank. And so what we did was we used a PicSnippet to insert their name and their shipping information, right? So we could just have a PicSnippet send them like, hey, your book. In this case, they were shipping a book. Your book's in the mail, right? And they would get this package. Had two benefits. One was kind of obvious. The second one was really big, but we didn't expect it. The first one was obviously people were really excited. Like we got much higher open rates on continuous emails, and we got higher click-through rates on this one. We offered them upsells or anything else that they wanted to add to it. But the secondary benefit was it actually provided us as a support mechanism, because if they had typed in their address wrong, they would reply to the email and say, oh, wait, don't send it yet. My address is 113 University Avenue. I mistyped it. Right. And so this email would go out, a day or two before we'd ship it, and actually ended up saving the company a bunch of money on shipping, because we were able to catch a lot of the invalid addresses or wrong addresses before they got sent out. So it ended up being a huge, support win as well, which was not really what we were expecting. So that's it for the autonomous personalization. I want to take a break real quick. Does anybody have any questions so far on any of that, on the subverted expectation or autonomous personalization, and how that kind of leads to higher conversions and more long-term satisfaction? Or examples, if any of you feel like you're doing something there really well, I'd like to hear that too.
Yeah. No, how many of you would love to be able to do stuff like this in your business already? Wish you could have been doing this for a while. Yeah, Neil says, I've just started using PicSnippets, and this is so cool for ideas. Love it. Johnny said that he just set up one for the certification thing, and it rocks. So that's cool.
Yeah, and typically it's a matter of the technology's there and it's easy. It's just like thinking about how do we improve it, right? What are our customer interactions? How do we actually make it better? What would they enjoy? What keeps that 5 seconds of fun alive?
Yeah. I'm curious too, Corey, like maybe the chat can let us know, hey, what are your key moments where you could have 5 seconds of fun? And maybe we can help give some ideas too. Would people want to hear some of those? Yeah, like tell us. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick. So Mark just brought up a good point. He says it's a great idea for adding to their know, like, and trust campaign. Absolutely, yeah. Like the big part for if you call it indoctrination or know, like, trust campaign, whatever that is, when you're kind of introducing somebody to the brand and trying to build that relationship. Yeah, absolutely. It makes a huge difference in terms of not just your conversions, but just your satisfaction. Like if they actually care about, what you're doing, and if they believe you on that, you can help them with the problem you're trying to solve.
Yeah. Now, Kevin says he'd love to do this too. So good to see some interest in this. Russell has a good one too. I'm thinking a great way to congratulate customer. Your website is live on the 31st of August. Yeah, that's awesome. Mm-hmm. Beautiful way to do that.
Yeah.
Are you gonna have a picture of their website? Or like what?
Yeah, well, actually, we're gonna show some more examples of like how you can actually take this to the next level using Plus This, which is actually the next slide. So how about that for a transition?
I love it.
You want to walk us through, or is this just you want to take a second to talk about Plus This real quick?
Yeah, exactly. That's all I'm going to do here. How many of you in chat are totally oblivious to what Plus This is? I mean, we're inviting you to this webinar, so you probably know something about it, but I figure most of you know know the basics around Plus This, so I'm not going to make this super long. Um, what Plus This is uh, it's a quick and easy way for you to add more functionality to your marketing automation. So if you're using Infusionsoft or Drip or Entreport, but you also want to be able to do SMS or you want to add dates. I know Russell was just asking about this. Be able to have it so you can set dates or set expiration dates or evergreen dates in the future that you want to have personalized for each individual. That's a big part of what we do at Plus This. We do math. So if you want to be able to count the number of orders someone's made and do different bonuses based on that, or set up your own referral program. So if they refer 10 customers, they get something. We have some cool features for that. We do the video stuff we talked about with Frank Kearns, where you can track how long each contact is watching a video and follow up with them if they watch it, all of it, or if they watch only part of it. They'll do that all differently. And for this webinar right now, we're using Plus This to send you all your join links through Infusionsoft, be able to send you the calendar link so you can add it to your calendars, be able to follow up with you all. So everyone here that's attended will know you attended because Plus This does that and tells Infusionsoft. And it lets us make it a very personalized journey for each of you. And then also we do a lot of SMS. So some of you, I don't know, most of you probably signed up through just the one-click registration, which is another one of our Plus This features. But if you went ahead and signed up through the lead pages page, we probably sent you a reminder using PicSnippets and SMS. We'll show you that in a second. That drove people to this. So Plus This is basically a library of a bunch of features that let you do some really cool marketing stuff. But it also works really well with PicSnippets, which is why we wanted to show you kind of how you can really make the two work really well together. If you're already a customer of Plus This, or if you're just curious and maybe signed up for Campaigns of the Titans or something else to get on our list, and now you're like, okay, should I use this thing, or how would I use it, or does it make sense for my business? So you can go ahead to the next slide from there.
Awesome. Yeah, and I actually want to point out, so Bryce mentioned SMS, and PicSnippets work in the Plus This SMS now. So you can send a personalized picture via text message through their feature. It's actually super cool. So I don't have that in any slide, so it made me think of it when you said SMS. So
yeah, and I appreciate everyone in chat right now that's talking about their uses of Plus This. Like Neil talked about using it for 3 years and all the things he's doing with it, and Ian doing a multi-step campaign for 4,300 people. So this is awesome. We'll give you some more ideas for how to use it if you're already using it, and some ideas for using it if you haven't used it yet.
Awesome. Okay, so let's move forward. So this is going to be kind of how to take it to the next level using Plus This. So one of the things is expiring offers. So Plus This has their feature, right? We talked earlier about the Frank Kern thing where he could expire the link. You could also kind of couple that with like a coupon, right? So when you're telling them, hey, this offer is going to expire, you can just make a nice little image, and I made this in Canva, and then just merge in using PicSnippets the date that expires, and I even add in, hey, this is an exclusive offer for that person, because not everybody in my list is getting it, just people that are involved, in this campaign at this step. So kind of combining that, expiring offers and being able to create a personalized, coupon or voucher or something like that. So using the dates from Plus This and their name, and event celebrations like a birthday or anniversary or like a launch date. I think it was Russell was talking about that, with launching their website. You can totally use it for dates. So this was like, hey, we're going to send you something on your birthday, right? And so we're going to merge that onto the tag. And so there's a ton of things you can do around the dates. And also Russell, for the website thing, just an idea that you could do for like launching a website is use a PicSnippet to personalize, have like just a picture of like the Google Chrome URL bar, and then like have their merge in their actual domain. So like have www.yourwebsite.com, right, in like as live or whatever. So that's another way too. You could kind of do a website style live PicSnippet.
It's really cool.
So using, again, tons of stuff with dates, webinar reminders. So we talked about doing SMS. Bryce added this for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
So being able to do, if you're doing an SMS reminders for webinars, you can add in, a PicSnippet into there. So again, that 5 seconds of fun, they registered for that webinar for a reason, right? They're hoping to get an answer, hoping to find a solution, hoping to just take a couple more steps further down the road that they're already kind of walking on. And so trying to encourage that with that 5 seconds of fun and make it easier, make it more enjoyable for them to take those steps. Adam
Yeah.
West, Batman.
Kevin asked about this specifically. Did you just say we can send a text message to their cell with a picture that has their name on it and go along with the message text? This is exactly that. This is one example I sent to myself, and it has Bryce in there way too much. It normally when the contact is someone else, it won't be this weird, but it works really well. So yeah, it was really easy to set this up. This one I sent for the last webinar. I got it done in like 5 minutes before the webinar reminders were supposed to go out. So really cool.
Yeah, I was talking to Bryce about it, and I was like, hey, we should split test this, and like he set it up, and it took like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I need to get you back those results. I haven't checked on them yet, but that'll be cool too.
I totally forgot about it. So I saw this slide. Ooh, we have a split test we can check out. Awesome. Johnny says it'd be super awesome to use with ManyChat. Yes, I agree. So does ManyChat. There might be something happening there. We'll see. It's been asked a couple times, can you merge in other images? The answer is right now, no. It's just text. But that's something that will probably get added in the future, is being able to merge in another image on top of that. So the engine will support it. We just haven't really added it yet because of trying to keep it simple while we're getting it out there, and then kind of adding in the complexity. So totally doable. Hopefully pretty soon down the road. But right now it's just text. So enough talk. Let's see it in action. You guys want to see a demo? So how easy it is? We'll actually go ahead and just make a PicSnippet real quick, and then put it into. We'll use Infusionsoft as our example, and we'll see that it takes like less than 5 minutes. Let me pull up here. All right. Can you guys? Whoop, pull it over here. All right. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep, it looks good.
Perfect. Okay, so this is I'm logged in. This is kind of my testing stuff for PicSnippets. So we can see the ones we've already got open here. But let's go ahead and create a new PicSnippet. You can upload an image, see all the images already uploaded. If you're not feeling super creative, we already have a bunch of templates. So if you're like, I'm not creative, I don't know what to do, that's fine. You can just use one of our templates and customize that. So it makes it super easy to get started. So let's go back to, let's go back and let's do, let's use this one. Actually, I want to use this one because I want to talk about another use case. So this was like, we'll be rolling out a referral thing. So we're like kind of Dropbox style, right? Where you can invite your friends, and if your friends sign up, you get extra PicSnippets added to your account. So what this is a base image for using for like a referral thing. That's obviously the technical term for it, referral thing. So I just click add snippet, and there we go. I've got this thing that I can drag around. So I can say, let's say congratulations. Let's make that white. And let's pick a font here. So this actually integrates with Google Fonts. So if you want to take the time and find like the exact font that you like, we have over 800 fonts you can choose from. But just to make it easy, we've got some really popular ones right here, and then you can just kind of choose. So if I want this to be, look like it was handwriting, I can do that. But this one doesn't need to look like handwriting. So let's go with, let's look at the next page. Yeah, this one looks good. So there we go. So I'm going to say congratulations, and then I'm going to add another snippet and make it white. Use that same font. I can just say document fonts, and there it is. I can just, so I don't have to hunt for it again. And this time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to personalize it. So I'm going to set a minimum font size and click add personalization. So I want this to be their name. So I can name it. This is going to be first name. This is just the parameter in case you need to specify, but you don't have to. And you can put in a default value. So just in case you don't have their first name, this is just what will display if you don't have their name or if it's can't fit in the box. You can even make it a bounding box here, and we'll center it in that bounding box. So it's might be hard to see against that blue background, but hopefully you can see this blue border, and that will make sure that the text always stays within that blue border. So I can size that however I want, and then if it gets too big, it will shrink it down it'll step it down until it does fit, until it hits the minimum font size. If it still can't get it to fit at that minimum font size, it will fall back to the default. So you don't have to worry about somebody who accidentally typed in their address into the first name field or something like that. And then we can say, put an exclamation point at the end of it. Congratulations, friend. And this would go out. So this will be their first name. So that's it. It's pretty simple. Okay, let's pump up the font here a little bit. I like that.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm just going to give some people some of my experience with this too. If you're looking for photos, it's really easy to take a lot of your own, like you saw there, where you just hold up a whiteboard or a pad of paper or something to show it. If you have your own packaging and you're shipping something like Corey mentioned earlier, you can just take a picture of that with your phone and upload it in here. If you're totally not creative or don't take your own photos like me, I usually go to like Unsplash and just I can find good photos from there to pull into a PicSnippet, or with like the Batman one.
I do like a lot of my images like this. I'll just go to Canva, which is Canva. It's a free tool. Makes it super easy just to put together a picture like this that I use as a base picture, and then just upload it into PicSnippets, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah, so really easy to find them and kind of come up with your own too. And that's kind of a lot of the fun too, just to be like, hey, how can I do something different that none of my competitors are doing? Or how can I use a PicSnippet in one of my campaigns, or like a webinar that I'm running right now? There's one that I want to do for a webinar later. Corey and I were actually just talking about it, but like I was around the idea of like getting more attendance and having like some cranky old like school teacher black and white photo or whatever, like pointing to one of those old chalkboards and being like the tardy list and putting people's names there and doing things like that. So like it's a lot of fun just coming up with creative ideas and things that will make people go like, whoa, that's cool. How did they do that? Or whoa, that's really unique. Or this is a really cool, or it adds like personality to your marketing too, which is really cool. It's not just a bunch of words. You can show a lot of your personality with the photos that you take and different things like that.
For sure. And this is originally, so I talked about it being kind of a Dropbox style, unlock. So this was going to say, congratulations, you've unlocked 1 out of 5 new PicSnippets or something like that, right? And I can merge in and use plus this to count every time that they, do something that I need them to do, and then I merge that into the picture. And so like my picture can just be a PicSnippet where it has, how many they've rewards they've earned. But so that's again, I've just put in, a variable that you can name that whatever you want, and then a default value. So now I'm ready to generate the code and actually get it ready for wherever I'm going to put it. So let's click generate code. And again, you can actually add as many snippets as you want. So if you want to make it super customizable and add like their name and their address, and you can, there's no limit to the snippets you want to add. So this is where you choose your platform. So like if you're on Ontraport, you want to do first name, and you want to, so it's going to ask, hey, that snippet you set up called first name, what do you want to use? Well, I want to use the first name field in Ontraport for it. And it generates the HTML and the direct link for you to put in. So in this case, let's go ahead and use Infusionsoft. We're going to do a little quick demo there. And with Infusionsoft, we actually have an advanced integration, so we'll pull back all of your custom fields for you. My page might have timed out. That's all right. I think my Infusionsoft timed out. There we go. So I'll select PicSnippets as my app. This is the nice OAuth flow here. So now I can see all of my fields in Infusionsoft. So I want to use first name, and there we go. So I'm in Infusionsoft. I'm just going to grab this link, and now let's go put this into an Infusionsoft email. So I'll copy that link, and let's go into a campaign. I'll just go into this test campaign here. Just drag out a sequence, drag out an email. Again, we're just making it real quick here. We'll use this template. Doesn't really matter what template. But let's say we want this email, this image to be our PicSnippet. So we're just going to choose custom image URL as what we want for the image. Paste that in from PicSnippets. Boom. That's it. We're done. If I click preview, you'll see that it merges in the name. It's that easy to do PicSnippets. So you just add it into whatever platform you want with the code, and it handles all the magic for you. So, yeah, the demo's pretty short because
Ian's like, that's fantastic. Yeah, no, it's really easy. And the cool thing is, like, let me know if I'm wrong on this, but pretty much anything that you can put in a custom field, you can use in your PicSnippets to merge in there, right?
Yeah, any merge field can be merged in. So if you want to use custom field or a standard field, or even like owner fields, I mean, you can merge in, a date field, anything that you want. So, and if you, obviously here we don't have every platform. You might be like, what about X?
Yeah.
You can also choose custom, and then just put in the value for like the merge field from your platform. So if I wanted to hand code it for Infusionsoft for last name, I could just, that's the merge field in Infusionsoft, and it will update it for you. So it'll work with just about any platform, as long as they support, dynamic images, which most of them do. So, yeah, it's pretty easy. Neil asked if we have an affiliate program. We do have an affiliate program. So if you have friends that also you think would benefit from PicSnippets, you can go to PicSnippets.com, and at the bottom there's a link for affiliates. You can just fill it out. That's it. So it's super easy. If you're using a custom field in Infusionsoft, right, for the date, for their launch, their website launch, or for their company name, or whatever it is, your number of bonuses they've unlocked, anything that you've got stored in Infusionsoft in a field or in Entreport or Drip or whatever you're using, you can merge into a PicSnippet. So super easy. So that concludes our demo. Let me jump back into.
Yeah. So tell me in chat, like, type yes if this is something or if this webinar was helpful for you, if you got something out of this. And if you did, let me know what was probably your biggest takeaway. So I'm going to jump into a recap and then talk about some of those bonuses I was hinting at in the beginning.
Let me real quick. There was a couple questions, if I can answer those real quick.
Sure.
This PicSnippets logo, I want to make is just part of this image. It's not on your images. That is just because this is a PicSnippets image that I'm using for the promo. So there isn't a watermark or anything like that. So that is only there because this image that I selected has that at the very bottom. So we don't have to worry about a watermark or anything like that. And the other question is like, hey, if we wanted to, we wanted to have a picture of the team holding a whiteboard, how would we do that? You just take the picture with your phone, and you just click upload a new image and upload that picture right into PicSnippets, and you can start editing it and adding in your customizations right on top of the image. So super easy, just upload it and you're done. And Lee asked if Mara posts is on the list, it is on the list. So MaraPost is a supported platform. Digital marketer and current, a couple other people use PicSnippets and MaraPost, so that does work. So
Cool.
that's good. Back to you. Sorry.
You're all good. All right, so I'm going to make myself presenter to
Okay.
get the next part of this going. But yeah, the chat, you guys are awesome. So Ian shares his biggest takeaway was um, the thing about what was it, the packaging or the tracking numbers that you mentioned there. Be able to take that to the next level. And he has some ideas for like how he can use PicSnippets for some other things too. A bunch of people are saying, yep, this is really helpful. Mark, Rusty, Lee. Um, Lee was asking about MaraPost. Do you know if that's in your use?
It is.
Or
Yeah,
in
you
your...
could MaraPost. It does work with MaraPost.
Cool, cool. Awesome. So just going to do a quick recap of what we learned here, basically. So you learned how to use subverted expectation to truly delight your customers and prospects like Frank Kern, digital marketer. You learned how to create your 5 seconds of fun and how to do it at the right moment to make every experience unique. And you learned how to make these experiences even more powerful with SMS, expiring offers, and product fulfillment using Plus This. My biggest takeaway is probably the 5 seconds of fun. That's really cool. And I need to look at our own processes in Plus This to do a better job at that for sure. So you also know that people are tired of getting impersonalized generic marketing. Type yes in chat if any of these are things you also are feeling like, I don't want to assume anything, but conversions improve the more you tailor your customer journey to the individual. Are any of these points definitely resonating? That the smartest, most successful marketers all use tools to make these strategies possible. Mark's saying yes. David's saying yes. Laura's saying yes. Awesome. That there is real ROI tied to these strategies. That these tools quickly pay for themselves and then some. That's another thing I wanted to talk about with you too, Corey. That like what PicSnippets is $20 a month. Plus this is $79 a month, and it includes like all those features we talked about. So these tools are meant to be used to build in more conversion for you, so you get more customers that make the tools like worthwhile, so you don't have to worry about, oh, this is another expense kind of thing. It's really going to generate more revenue for you. So that's why you have tools like PicSnippets and Plus This. These were specifically designed to convert more leads into customers, that to wow customers with the unexpected, increase attendance for webinars and events, and make your marketing a delight instead of a pain. I think that was a big eye opener to me. It was like, have fun with it, right? And they do a whole lot more than that too. So if you want to add urgency and personalization to your offers, increase conversions for webinars, timed offers, events, and courses, or have your marketing stand out from your competitors and market like the pros, then these are for you basically. So here's how we do it. You have the options if you want to do this stuff to start a PicSnippets account and pick up a free trial plus this. But it also gets better. Because you all came on this webinar, we know you could all pick it up yourselves, and some of you have already heard about these tools. But the first 10 people to buy PicSnippets or plus this are going to get some bonuses. So on the PicSnippets side, we're going to double the number of PicSnippets that you get for your chosen plan. And the first plan starts at like $20 a month, and you get normally only 5 PicSnippets, but you'll get 10 if you sign up for that. And the last time we did these bonuses, we sold out of them in the first within 5 minutes of announcing it. So I don't recommend waiting too long if these are interesting to you. The other thing is that you remember that Frank Kern campaign we showed earlier? Well, the first 10 people who also sign up for a free trial plus this, so you get 30 days for free. We'll build in Frank Kern's campaign with your PicSnippet. How many of you are interested in the Frank Kern campaign? Because I can show you what that looks like really quickly. And John, I know some people are asking, what if I already have both? We're going to have bonuses for all the people who've already bought these two. You'll get them for just being a customer, but I'm going to show you what you need to do first in a second. So let me show you that campaign really quickly. I have it pulled up here. Let me see if I can get out. Still sharing my screen, I'm guessing. But the Frank Kern campaign, this is really, really cool. So if some of you were on our previous webinars, we've been pushing this into some of your apps for signing up for Plus This free trial. And so some of you might have already seen this, but we're going to do it. We're going to take it one step further for all of you guys. So here is what it looks like. This is the campaign you'll get. Brett Martineau, the guy that built a lot of these things for Frank Kern too, he's the one that put this one together for us. So you're getting one that's built by a guy that's actually used it for Frank Kern. And he recorded a video to walk you through it. But what we're going to do to take it another step further is we're going to build in one of these PicSnippets for you as well. So Corey, when we get done with this, him and I are going to basically go into these templates, and we're going to put a screenshot of the PicSnippet, and it'll be like the Frank Kern one or something like that. So you get an idea of where it would go in these kind of campaigns. And then we're going to record a video where Corey will literally show you all you need to do to swap it out, so that when you're ready and you want to put together one of these kind of campaigns, you can get it done really quickly and have all of the emails already done, the whole campaign. This is where, again, just a quick overview of that campaign. Remember, Frank Kern was having a series of emails to get people to watch a video. They click to go watch this video, and then they watch this video, but they don't finish it, or they do, and we can do different things based on that. So we're passing them out. And then we're doing calculations based on how long they watched the video. And eventually we're trying to get them to purchase the product or the thing that helps them do what they learned in the video. So a really straightforward campaign, but it works really, really well. And it has some cool timed offers that we've thrown in there with Plus This. So you can see where we're calculating dates and things like that. So a really, really robust campaign, but not something too crazy or difficult to get implemented. So this is what we're giving out to the first 10 people that sign up for Plus This. And all of you customers, I'm going to talk about what you guys need to do too. So there's no limit on the customer one, but I'll talk about that in a second here. So let me get back to the other bonuses and things that we're doing here. Cool. So Frank Kern campaign is amazing. So it gets better, and the links to sign up for this stuff are right here. PicSnippets. You want to go to PicSnippets.com/plus this. This is how Corey knows you came from this webinar, and you'll get the bonuses for that versus someone who might have just signed up and happened to be around this time when we were promoting this or something. And then for Plus This, you can either just go to our website and you'll see the free trial button, or if you want a direct link, it's plusthis.com/register. And the only catch here is that we can't make this available forever. This is a very deadline focused kind of thing that we're doing for a short period of time. And we usually get rid of the bonuses are usually sold out before this time anyways, but the deadline for this one will be Saturday, September 2nd. So look, we'll have some emails that go out that give you a little bit more of a deadline time frame, but that will be the date that we're looking at. Again, those are the links to go sign up. And here's what you'll do next. If you go to PicSnippets.com/plus-this, you'll go to a page that looks like this. There's a little getting started button. And you'll basically pick your plan, really straightforward. You can do basic, pro, or enterprise, and then just fill out your information. You're good to go. Corey will follow up with those people with their extra PicSnippets. On the Plus This side, also similar, plusthis.com/register. You go pick your platform you're using Plus This on, and you just fill out the form. You're good to go there as well. So just to recap, if you want to add urgency and personalization to your offers, increase the conversions for your webinars, your timed offers, events, and courses, have your marketing stand out from your competitors and market like the pros, then these are the URLs you want to go to. PicSnippets.com/plusthis, or just plusthis.com/register. And one more thing. This is on the Plus This side. I can let Corey talk to anything related to this on his side too, but we have a no risk guarantee. So you get a 30-day free trial with Plus This. So you can go ahead and sign up for the free trial. You can try out some Plus This, and in the next 30 days, if you decide Plus This isn't for you, then you can simply cancel your free 30-day trial and keep the Frank Kern campaign. Like, it's fine. You can keep it. We're not going to be like, give us that back or delete it or anything crazy like that. It probably won't work very well because it needs a lot of those features to calculate the dates and expire links and all that. But you're welcome to keep it. We won't hound you down for that. There's no questions asked either. And the other recap here is that the links to get started are PicSnippets.com and /plusthis and plusthis.com/register. And Saturday, September 2nd. Again, here's how you do it. And really quick before we go there, there's another bonus that we're throwing in there for the first 20. I don't know if it ended up going to this copy of the slides, unfortunately. But the first 20 who buy, we're also going to throw in free implementation with Plus This. You'll get a free hour-long call to get this stuff set up if you need help. And then on the PicSnippets side, Corey is running, he kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but he's running his Committed Entrepreneur program, where it's like a group coaching for marketers and entrepreneurs. And you'll get a free session of that as well for the first 20 that sign up for PicSnippets. And we'll honor that on our side too. So both customers can get advantage of that. So again, what to do next? Go to PicSnippets.com/plusthis, sign up, plusthis.com/register. And lastly, if you're already a Plus This or PicSnippets customer and you want those bonuses, all we ask of you is to go ahead and just leave a positive review on the Infusionsoft Marketplace. Here's the link for that, by the way, marketplace.infusionsoft.com. Send me a screenshot, and here's my email, bryce@plusthis.com, of your testimonial on that Infusionsoft Marketplace, and I'll be happy to build in the Frank Kern campaign and put you on the list for Corey's group coaching, which will be really, really cool. So any other questions? We'll be happy to stick around as long as you guys have questions and need anything here. Oh, and I'm also, for those of you who already are PicSnippets customers or Plus This customers, share in the chat. Like, let us know like what you like about it, what it's helped you do, or what it could help people who are curious about looking into these tools, so we can kind of share with them like what you guys have experienced as customers of this already. Because I know I'm getting a whole screen of I'm already a Plus This customer, so I'd be happy to let the other people know, like, hey, this is cool stuff that we do, and here's what you can do with it.
Bryce, can you go back to the slide that has the two links?
Oh, sure. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Oh, here we go. PicSnippets.com/plusthis, plusthis.com/register. Neil says, this is a brilliant session, guys. I'm so pleased I attended today. Thanks, Neil. Appreciate that. And I know a lot of you are probably typing in information right now, so totally fine if you're busy doing that and don't have time to get to the questions over here right now. I'll slide with Marketplace. The Marketplace one is marketplace.infusionsoft.com.
It can be questions about anything, including video games.
Yes. Oh, and David, I know there were a couple people who signed up before the webinar too. And I didn't call them out specifically, but everyone who signed up, like maybe Monday or Tuesday or Sunday, when we first announced this, you guys get all the bonuses as well for free. Like, we really appreciate people who take the initiative. So you guys are already included. And we won't count that against the 10 in addition to after this webinar to get the bonuses also. But yeah, this is great. Cool.
Yeah. Any last questions? We'll kind of keep going. I think the questions have started to trickle down, but.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people are kind of typing in their information to sign up for PicSnippets right now. They're like, yeah, give me the link again. All right. So Laura's saying plus the support rocks, very friendly and patient for us non-computer geeks. Uh, so that's good. Awesome to see. Russell Brown says brilliant webinar. Good to see that. Rusty says thanks guys, great stuff. Bryce sent you an email. All right, cool. I'll check out the email and get back to you. Cool.
Awesome. You guys are great. You guys have been great to chat with. Appreciate you guys being involved and interactive. It's not very fun when we ask questions and nobody answers. So it's been good to actually be able to talk during it with you guys. So a lot of good feedback.
Yeah, cool. And if you guys have any questions, definitely put them in chat. This is a great time to take advantage of having Corey available. It doesn't have to be PicSnippets related or plus this related. It can totally just be your own marketing things where you have a question in general that you're dealing with. Like think of what's your biggest challenge you're working on right now. And let us know if there's anything that we can do to help you with that. We'll be happy to stick around for a little bit here. Oh, geez, Ian, you're so nice. Ian said, Bryce spent 20 minutes on the phone one-on-one with me to discuss possible ways we could increase our use of plus this features. So yeah, we definitely, I love seeing the people that I've been able to actually talk with, attend these webinars, and even if it's stuff that that they might already be a customer and they might already be aware of, we're trying to make these webinars as valuable as possible. So it's good to see customers that join. All right, Mark's asking how do I get the Frank Kern campaign? Mark, you get it if by either being one of the first 10 to sign up for Plus This, or if you're a customer, we're looking for a screenshot of your review on the Infusionsoft Marketplace. Obviously, if it's a really mean review and it's like 1 star, no, just kidding. We'll still give it to you, but that's the way to get it. Okay, Mark's doing it now. Awesome. Marketplace.infusionsoft.com or plusthis.com for the free trial. Kevin says already have it. Yeah. So Kevin, same thing for you. If you already have it, then you can just leave the review on the Infusionsoft Marketplace, and that's how we'll get you the Frank Kern campaign. Yeah, a lot of the questions or things I'm seeing are related to how do I get this stuff? So they really like the stuff.
Yeah. It's hard to say no to a pre-done Frank Kern campaign.
No, and every time we do these webinars, there's a time after we let people know about how to get the bonuses that it's really hard to get their attention, which totally makes sense because they're busy trying to get the bonuses. They don't want to lose out. But Corey, I guess, is there anything you kind of want to share as a last little tip of things to come, or some other cool resources to check out?
Man, it's a good question. Definitely, if you're not using plus this, you should. But they're the first place I go to for additional stuff whenever I'm working on a automation platform. They're like the toolbox. I am going to be launching this is maybe for those of you still on here, if you wouldn't mind giving me a little bit of feedback. So part of Committed Entrepreneur that I kind of talked about earlier, I'm going to be launching a course around actually how to balance life as an entrepreneur, business owner, with what the rest of what we call life. How to prioritize your time and projects between both work and life and relationships and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to be doing kind of a beta access to that program. So like this, Bryce probably doesn't know this because we weren't planning on talking about this at all, but does that seem like, is there anybody here that would like to be kind of put on that access list for getting kind of, it's really just kind of a pilot for people that want to go through the course on how to better balance life as an entrepreneur?
I would.
If you say yes, I'll try to get you added from the GoWebinar list and stuff.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of yeses here. Laura says yes. Kevin says yes. Valerie says yes. John says yes. Lori says, oh my gosh, Marcus Simon.
Okay, well maybe I'll just send it to everybody.
Maybe in the follow-up. Yeah. Hey, Corey, send me, to make it easy for all of you guys, Corey can send me some more information on that, and I'll include it in the follow-up that we'll send over the next couple days for attendees. But yeah, that sounds really cool. And I know some people were still sneaking in these questions. Where do they send a screenshot? Send it to Bryce@plusthis.com. I'll move it over to a slide for that too, really quick. See if I can find it again. Bryce@plusthis.com. That's where you want to send the screenshot. Here we go. Oops, sorry, you clicked on accident. Yeah, we want to keep up our spots here, so it's good to see everyone. Even if you've already done a testimonial, then just find the old one maybe. But I think a lot of these people are probably new to leaving a testimonial here. No, that's exciting.
I really want to send a ticket into Infusionsoft there because their marketplace reviews section doesn't load well on mobile. So.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if anybody ran into that if they were trying to review it on mobile and they had some issues. Occasionally it can mess up. So if you're on mobile and it's not working, maybe just make a note for doing it when you're back on desktop or something.
Yeah. No, this is really fun. I'm excited to get Corey in on this campaign too to make it even better. It's really cool already the way it is, but adding in your own PicSnippets is going to be really, really cool. And it gives you a good way to start using the tool too. So you already have a campaign you can launch to drive sales to any of your products that you want to offer. It's going to add urgency. It's going to add scarcity, and it's going to help you pay back your PlusThis subscription and your PicSnippets subscription pretty quickly. So it's going to be really, really cool. Yeah, Mark's asking, when will we add these campaigns? So basically all I need to get them out there, you saw the campaign's pretty much already built. The only thing that we need to change to it is the PicSnippet part, and that's really simple. Like, I don't know, Corey, do you know when you have some time to maybe just add in a little video there and put in the PicSnippet part? But once he's done, I'm pretty happy to get it out.
For sure. So.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so probably either later this week or early next week, we should be able to get everyone. Well, actually, we have to wait for the offer to end on Saturday. So it'll probably be early next week is when we'll get it in there. So everyone gets a chance.
Yeah, honestly, if there's a takeaway, I mean, obviously, aside from kind of the technology, right? All that's well and good and how it enables it, but be thinking about that 5 seconds of fun, in your business and in your funnels. Like how do we create that 5 seconds of fun as often in as many places as we can?
Yeah, and Laura
has PlusThis or PicSnippets or something else. Like just be thinking through that. It'll change the way that you kind of go about customer acquisition and satisfaction and everything else.
No, totally. And I'm glad Laura kind of chimed in with her challenge that she's working on. She wants some of our ideas on. So she says she's a bankruptcy trustee in Canada, helping people with the finances, kind of like a lawyer. And since I don't sell a product, it's a challenge to entice people to sign up for email, hopefully leading to appointments. Currently trying to set up Infusionsoft, Appointment Core, PlusThis, and now PicSnippets on my radar. Any suggestions?
So you're trying to get opt-ins, right? Is that
Yeah, opt-ins for appointments, but they're a finance, like lawyer type kind of business. So what would we probably suggest for ways to get more appointments using PlusThis and PicSnippets?
Well, I mean, I imagine, Laura, if they're on your page, they're on there because they have a problem.
Right? Yeah, bankruptcy trustee.
Yeah, they've got bankruptcy, or they've got some really financial thing. So I mean, I don't know if you have any lead magnets right now, but I mean, definitely kind of push on yeah, doing a lead magnet of like, hey, these are the 3 things or 5 things you have to know before you even, think about filing for bankruptcy or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to be it's easy to get opt-ins when people see you as a trusted resource. And then if you can think about it in terms of their journey, right, that they're going to have to go through in this process. Uh, if you can help them take 1 or 2 steps along that journey where they feel like they're making progress, they'll want to take more with you. Typically a consult's too big of a step, right? They're like, well, I'm not ready. I don't know what I don't know. There's just too much uncertainty. So instead of asking them to kind of, get in the car, helping them take those couple of steps to learn that, what you're talking about. We're a trusted resource here. Then just make it easy for them to say like, hey, you downloaded this guide. We're offering free, consultations or assessments or, evaluations or whatever you want to call them, for people that are in this, situation. You go here to schedule.
No, I love that idea. Yeah, Laura says she's working on the lead magnet. I think that's definitely the next step I would take too. Some kind of strong lead magnet to get people more that's attractive to your audience in the bankruptcy field. Um, Now I think you'll probably figure that out, not without too much work. And then, like Corey said, once you have a lead magnet, those usually can start bringing in leads pretty quickly. Um, and then build off of that lead magnet. Maybe like what you could even use this Frank Kern campaign for is to drive people into the consultation and add some kind of really attractive offer for taking up that consultation in the next couple of days. Um, and that's a perfect use for a campaign like this. And then on the PicSnippet side, um, maybe have like a picture of whoever it is that they would usually be doing a consultation with, or one of your coaches or whoever they are that does that, and have them standing next to their board or something, their whiteboard or whatever, saying, "Hey, looking forward to our call with blah blah blah," and have their name in there. And now they're saying, "Oh, that's cool. I want to sign up for the consultation for these guys. They really are trying to make it something about me instead of themselves or whatever." Um, that's where I'm kind of going with this. Yeah, it definitely. It sounds like you're on the right track. It's kind of just getting it all there.
Yeah. The
Simon
only
Wade.
other thing I would add, Laura, is just like version 1. Like don't overthink it. Like the most important thing is providing some value. Like some value is better than no value. So like get something out there that they'll find valuable, even if it's not perfect or great or what you want. Get something out there that they'll find valuable and start just iterating and improving on it. But get something live.
Yeah, awesome. Simon Wade asked a really good question because it pertains to a lot of PicSnippets users. But can the PicSnippets be used if I'm emailing colleagues already on my list with an offer rather than using it to welcome new customers?
Absolutely. I
Yeah,
mean, that's what Frank did, right? So he re-engaged his cold list.
I like your
You know,
coupon example too. That's a great one for an offer. Give them like a coupon that's like, hey, 25% off exclusively for Simon Wade and whoever it ends up being. But yeah, it'll personalize their actual like coupons for their expiring offers.
yeah, we did that a few times. 6th Division worked really well.
Yeah, no, this is awesome.
Jeff asked if PicSnippets continue to live, so to speak, if you have to cancel your monthly subscription. They do not. So when you cancel, the images go away. But you can
Oh,
see when you cancel your account, you'll see like any archived PicSnippets. You can see if they, or even if you're live and you decide you don't want to use that anymore, you want to archive it, then you can see if people are still viewing it. We count those archived views still, so we can let you know in case something's still out in the wild somewhere and not working for you anymore.
yeah. The only other things I'm going to wrap up with here for like resources to recommend, I want to recommend one of your resources, Corey, actually. If you want more ideas for PicSnippets, there's a lead magnet that you created for it, right?
Yeah.
Is there an easy way for them to get that? I know it comes up if they go to your website and they just stay long enough or something, but
Yeah, it's the exit pop. So if you just go to picsnippets.com, and then it's the exit pop on there, and it's a personalization guide, so you can see a bunch of different ideas and ways you can use PicSnippets.
Yeah,
get them on site.
that guide was really valuable. It was really cool to see the different ways to do it. And then on our side, if you like the kind of campaigns like you're seeing from that Frank Kern one, we have something we launched called Campaigns of the Titans. And if you just go to campaignsoftheTitans.com, it's a free, it's almost 400 pages of campaign walkthroughs, like Frank Kern. Corey Thomas has one in there as well. So Corey's in that as also. It's totally free. It just shows you some cool ways that people are marketing in this business. And it can give you some really good ideas too if you're looking for either more ways to use plus this. If you're already a customer, it has some stuff around PicSnippets in one of the examples. It has stuff around webinars. It has stuff around events, upsells, expiring offers, membership sites, a whole bunch of things, webinars. So it pretty much will cover, at least if you download that thing and you don't come away with one idea, then I will give you your money back, which is nothing. But anyways, you'll get something out of it. It's really good. But I think that's it. I don't see any other questions coming in, so I think we're just going to wrap it up here. But if you guys have anything in the meantime, you're able to reach me at bryce@plusthis.com. Corey, is there a good way for people to reach you if they need anything?
Yep, they can send me an email, info@picsnippets.com, and it goes to me. Yeah. So if you have any questions or anything, just give me an email.
Beautiful. Thanks everyone for coming, and thanks for everyone that stayed as long as they did here as well. So we'll look forward to doing more webinars like these in the future, but definitely take advantage of the bonuses if you haven't already, because those will go fast, but we'll be following up over the next couple of days on those as well. All right. Awesome. Talk to you later. Bye.
Thanks everybody.